I'm a big fan of Nick Cave's. So when I read it, I just found it so lyrical and deliciously violent. And the character that I play is somewhat of a sort of psychopath, but he's also got a heart of gold. He's very violent. He doesn't mind sort of stamping on a copper's face several times, but he's also very lyrical. So there were these shades that I found very attractive. And it was Cat Villas who produced it, was involved in Ivan's Ecstasy, so I was offered the part. You know. Well, I suppose, you know, it starts with the script, so the script is great importance. And then you've got to cast it right. And that's the sort of second step. And then, you know, you need a little luck, but it's the icing on the cake at that point. And hopefully everything falls just about right. There are always pitfalls, and there's the editing, and there's distribution, and the life of the film goes on, and you hope, even if it is a good film, that it's going to play right, and that there's an audience out there. So there's always an element of fear. Had yes, but sort of table reading rehearsals with Nick Cave, who was marvelous and non-actory, really. If you ask Nick about motivation or something like that, oh, I don't know, just walk out the room. But it was a great time because we were in Winton, Australia, in the middle of nowhere, with 2 pubs either side of the street, and really nothing else to do but discuss the picture. So it was a good time for us to get to know each other and to sort of soak in the atmosphere, which is hotter than you can possibly believe. I mean, you can literally feel your organs boil, and fly-ridden, and you have to learn how to act with several flies in your eyes and stuff. But the location is so important for a film like that. It did. But there are also sort of pansy things, like my long hair had hair extensions. I'd wake up and I'd find hair in my bed, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I do last night? Who was it? Who was she? Oh no, it's okay, it's my hair extensions. And there are certain actory things involved which aren't very Arthur. The dirt is kind of makeup dirt a lot of the time, but it's just wonderful to be working in that kind of atmosphere. You definitely soak it up. I think as an actor, really, you're whatever makeup you have on, or whatever you do to create your character, really what you're doing is you're kind of chiseling, you're sculpting to find a part of yourself that relates. And I personally find Arthur to be completely justified in his behavior. I think that the people he kills for perfectly good reasons. So people would ask me, what's it like playing such a dark, sort of villainous character, and I'd look at them slightly perplexed. What are you talking about? Arthur's a perfectly nice guy. Sure, he kills the odd person here and there, but it's very much the world he lives in. In a way, all the characters in the film are victims to the place and the circumstances that they're in, and they're all struggling to get out of this sort of desperate situation that they're in. All the characters really in the piece, that comes very much from Nick Cave, do have a sense of romance. I mean, Ray Winston's character is really trying to do the right thing and please his wife, who's played beautifully by Emily Watson. She's struggling to find some grain of something civilized in her life, and they have a little rose garden in the middle of this desolate desert. My brother, he has a sort of love for me, but also realizes that I've turned into this sort of monster. We all care about each other deeply, the brothers, and it's almost spiritual at some points. You get a sense that the sun and the moon and that the environment is beautiful, and there's something almost dreamlike to in their states. However desperate their conditions are, they're all very, very human, trying to do their best. Yes, I mean it must have been, if you're on the run and you're in those kind of the hardship was unbelievable, and your enemies are very clear cut who it was who was after you, and if they got you, not only were you going to be tortured, but you were going to be hung. So it's in a way it's far more clear cut than the world is today. You know? It has a sort of romantic, old-fashioned Western beauty about the piece. There's a scene where Guy Pearce and John Hurt are talking about Darwin, and they both start laughing about the idea that they come from monkeys, and their laughter is such that they look like two monkeys. And the scene has a lot of tension. It's really good, and I'm a big fan of John Hurt.